right, welcome to Jacket Nation Live, our fourth episode of Jacket Nation Live. We're so glad you could be here tonight. Still got time to get your orders in, and but we're going to start out tonight. We're going to have the FCCLA. For us old timers out there, I think that used to be called FHA, but they have progressed and all kinds of new things that they do now. We'll talk about that. We'll also have Sid King will be coming up here in just a minute, and then we'll talk football with Coach DeFran and some of the players tonight. So should be a good show. We'll have a good time, and we're going to start out with Miss Valerie Lawson and FCCLA. Hello. Hey, tell us before we talk about this. Tell us about you and growing up and where you're from and everything.
So I'm from Clinton. My father was a 1974 graduate of Clinton High School. His mother was a 1945 graduate of Clinton High School. And I graduated in 1997. I actually did not graduate from Clinton. I moved to Shirley my 10th grade year. But I'm a through and through Clintonian. So. Talk
about your teaching career, the years you've taught.
Yeah, so I graduated from UCA in 2007. And again in 2011. I started 18 years ago with our school district. I worked in school-based mental health as a case manager, and I've been teaching family and consumer sciences since 12 years ago. So
that was my next question. What does FCCLA stand for?
So FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. It changed its name in 1995 from FHA, Future Homemakers of America.
Yeah, talk about a little bit that evolution from then until now.
So that was a time when, women were basically homemakers, and so as we know, that has changed, and we are business leaders, community leaders, so yeah.
And talk about maybe the program at Clinton. I'm sure there's still homemaking aspects of it, but there's also business and career aspects.
Yeah, we have currently 3 programs of study in family and consumer sciences. Our first one is dietetics, and we teach the students about nutrition, healthy choices. And then our second program of study is consumer services, and we're teaching them about owning businesses. And then our third and newest program of study is pre-educator. And we are getting students ready to become Arkansas teachers. So
really a varied, student, both male and female, right?
Yes, in fact, I have more boys this year than I have ever had. So I'm excited about that.
And let's talk about the career aspects, things like that, the homemaking. Also, it looks like so many areas for leadership, public speaking, things like that. Talk about those.
Yes, so we have, I believe it's 36 categories of what we call STAR events, students taking action with recognition. And students choose from each category, and they do a project. Usually it takes about 3 to 4 months to complete those projects. And we go to, it used to be called district STAR events, but now it's regional STAR events. And if they make that top 2, they get to move on to state. And if they make top 2 state, they get to move on to nationals. And we have taken over 100 FCCLA students to nationals in the last 8 years. So we're very proud of that.
Yeah, talk about all the places y'all been. Just checking the school site on Facebook. You guys have traveled all over the country.
Yeah, so we have been to San Diego, California, Anaheim, California, Washington State. We have been to Denver, Colorado, and last year we were in Orlando, Florida. And this summer, hopefully, we will get to go to Washington, D.C.
So how does a student become a member of FCCLA, and what are the age, the grade ranges and things like that?
So the state requirement to join FCCLA states that you have to have taken or be enrolled in a family and consumer science class. And so 9th grade up, we unfortunately don't have a junior high family and consumer science program. It could start as early as 7th grade, but because we only have the high school family and consumer science program that starts in 9th. It's $15 to join, and that includes your state and national dues.
Well, we got some young ladies with us up here today. We have they're going to basically kind of talk about the program and the things involved in it, and I'm going to basically turn it over to them. Where's my president?
My name is Emma Henderson. I'm the Clinton High School FCCLA president.
I'm Mary Lopez, and I'm the vice president.
I'm Kira Lacey, and I'm the secretary, and I handle all of the funds and report them back to our FCCLA members.
I'm Camilla Infante, and I'm vice president of public relations.
I'm Juliana Prince, and I'm the vice president of competitive events. I help the other members with their STAR events.
I'm Gracie Brown, and I'm the Vice President of Community Service, and I help organize the community service events.
So our main focus in FCCLA is family and community. We're a career and technical student organization that promotes healthy families and community service. One of our top fundraisers is like Burger of the Month, so we feed our teachers every month. We've made our Burger of the Month this month is peanut butter and blackberry jam with bacon and kettle chips, and a brownie trifle where Juliana and Gracie make the dessert, and it's for $12.
So my STAR event this year is event management, and I'm doing it with Giselle Martinez and John Brewer, and we're hosting the color run this year. And it's a 2-mile run or walk. It's $25. It brings a medal, snacks, and a water. And it's just, all the proceeds go to SCCLA scholarship, and it's just really fun.
I do want to add that the color run is going to be on November 8th, and it starts at 9 o'clock. It's going to run till about 11 o'clock. It's going to start at the main high school office, and it is $25. We would love for you to come and bring, family or friends. It's so much fun. If you've never been to a color run, so much fun.
Yeah, so our other community service events coming up, our first one is Empty Bowls, and we're going to partner with the junior high Clinton School Art Club. And participants will pay $5, and then they'll come to the cafeteria. They can eat as much as they want, and at the end of the night, they'll pick a bowl from the junior high art students. And then meals at the Ronald McDonald House. So October 22nd, we're going to sit outside of Walmart and collect donations for the food. And then on November 4th, we will purchase the food and take the ingredients to Ronald McDonald House, which we will serve and make it there. We're going to serve over 70 meals.
And then we also compete in STAR events. So STAR events stand for Students Taking Action with Recognition. There are 36 categories for students to choose from, and at the moment we have 32 members working on 16 different projects. So we'll start at Region 2 STAR events, and that'll be in January at Ozarka College. And then the top 2 of each competition will move on to state. And then if you make top 2, you'll go to nationals in Washington, D.C. this year in July. We've had over 100 students that have advanced to nationals in the past 8 years.
Hey, I need to talk about, once again, I don't know if you caught that or not, this hamburger of the month. Miss Lawson, tell us about the hamburger of the month.
So the burger of the month was originally, the original idea came from our very own Mr. Smith, but we've been doing this for about three years now. We have a grill that we've purchased for my classroom, and the students roll the grill out, grill the burgers, and we have these different flavors of the month. So this month we're doing we call it the PB&J burger, but it's peanut butter and blackberry jam with bacon, cheddar cheese. I know that sounds a little funky, but it's so delicious. And that comes with kettle chips and the brownie trifle, like she was talking about. And we sell that to our teachers every month. We get to deliver that and see their smiling faces. They're so grateful, and we're grateful to them. So
I'm gonna have to cut in on that one. A peanut butter hamburger, got the best of both worlds there, and some bacon. Once again, tell us the day of the color run.
yes, so the color run is November 8th. It starts at 9 a.m. If you would like to register, you can email me or register on the day of the event. We just ask that if you're under the age of 18 that you bring your parent or guardian with you to sign the paperwork. And it is $25, and that includes a snack, a medal, and color run accessories. So you're gonna get like some cool little glasses and a different colored things to put on your body.
I'm sure Mr. Smith will be running in that. He's not paying attention. I also heard something about the Ronald McDonald House.
Yes, so the Ronald McDonald House, we haven't done this in several years, but as you know, the Ronald McDonald House is a house that is a place where families who have sick children can stay, sometimes, I think, mainly for free. And so they do have, every day, they have people sign up to make lunches and dinners for those families so they don't have to leave the hospital, etc. So we have chosen, what was it, October 4th? November 4th, I'm sorry. November 4th, we are going to Ronald McDonald House, and they've created a menu, and we're going to serve those 70 families.
Wow. That's awesome. Great service project, and
Yeah.
great for the students
Yeah,
to give
and
back.
empty bowls. I don't know if you heard about empty bowls, but that's something that Carol Corning started many years ago, and we've just kept her tradition going. We do partner with our junior high art department, and they make clay pottery, clay bowls, and people donate the soups, and people can come for $5, eat all they want, and get a bowl or a piece of pottery made by a junior high art student.
Wow.
And all of that money goes to the call right here in Van Buren County.
That's definitely a worthy cause. We've raised money for it through football and other things.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
The call.
Yes.
Yep. I know Sid has had events where we've gone out and raised money for the call. So yeah, very worthy cause. So that's Emma Henderson, the president, Mary Lopez, the vice president, Kiara Lacey, the secretary, Juliana Prince, vice president in charge of competitive events. Is that right? Gracie Brown, vice president in community service. Is that right? And Camilla Infante, vice president of public service, also sister of Derek Infante. Yeah, so.
Can I add one
Yep.
more thing? We do have two social media platforms, and I'm going to let our public relations girl talk to you about that.
Yep.
Okay, so we just post any important events, and they're both called Clinton High School FCCLA. So if y'all would just go follow that to get any updates about anything.
Is that Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. Facebook and Instagram, Clinton FCCLA, and you can find out everything that's going on and the dates of all those fundraisers and charitable events. You can find them all right there. And we want to thank Miss Lawson and the ladies for coming up. Always look for the red blazer, and you know it's FCCLA. So, yep, FCCLA. Hey, coming up next, you definitely want to listen to this one. We've got Sid King, the Hall of Famer, the owner of KHPQ and KGFL Radio and Livestream. Usually Sid is the interviewer. Tonight he's getting interviewed, so.
That's right. That's right. Hello, hello, hello. Check. Hello. Up a little bit more. Hello, hello. That should do it. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, this has been a big year for Sid. Sid not only went into the Hall of Fame in the Arkansas Broadcasters Association last week. A couple months ago, Sid was named the Disc Jockey of the Year for the state of Arkansas. So it's been a big year, Sid.
In country music. Thank you.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, everybody thinks that I'm fixing to die pretty soon. So we're trying to get those in before the big moment happens. So that's what we're looking at. I tell you what, I was quite honored. It was a great thing to be the Country Music DJ of the Year, and that was the Arkansas Country Music Association. And then last week in Hot Springs, I got brought into. I think there's about like eight, 9 guys in there, and I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people that's not in there that should be in there, like our good friend Craig O'Neill. He's not in there yet. He needs to be in there. And so they're just getting started with this thing. But I was lucky to be one of the first 10 in there. So.
A lot of you people don't know, you're looking at a couple of White County boys up here.
That's right, White County Central and Pangburn.
And Pangburn. We grew up about 8 miles apart. I was on one side of Little Red River on the west side. Sid grew up in a place called Providence on the east side.
Yeah, the good side. You know.
Now, Pangburn compared to Providence is kind of like a big city. We had 500 people, and
we had none.
But Sid went to White County Central High School. It's a great school, still is.
Yeah.
And talk about growing up down in White County. And
well, as I say, I grew up in Providence. I had one of the things that got me into broadcasting. I had a great uncle who was the first weatherman for Channel 4. His name was Bob Bice, and he used to do the Bob Bice Bible stories. It was aired on KARK in Little Rock, the AM radio station, and he was kind of my inspiration to get into broadcasting. And then I had a cousin who worked for the Searcy radio station, John Paul Capps, and he was distant, you know, but you know, just had some broadcasting people close to me, and so that kind of influenced my life into getting into broadcasting. I wish that I had a doctor in my family so I could influence me into being a doctor.
Now, Sid he went to a White County Central High School. That's about, 8 miles north of Searcy, probably?
Yeah, 7 or 8 miles.
Yeah. And but he also played basketball. Sid was a big basketball player. Talk about your basketball days at White County Central.
My records are still down there, I'm sure. You know, I stayed at the concession stand most of the time. You know, but yeah, I played for White County Central. The only thing I lettered in track, softball, and basketball, and that was it. Now,
Sid graduated at White County Central, went to Arkansas State to pursue a degree in broadcast
journalism,
radio, television journalism, and then you had this really cool job in the summer at Dog Patch,
for
USA.
Since 1971 till I moved here. In 1975, I played the drums at Dog Patch USA in their shows. I met this cute little girl from Memphis that last year I was up there, and she was a tap dancer in the show. And from there, I knew she would, because our season would end like in August, September, and I knew she was going to be heading back over to Memphis. And so I kept on saying, you know, I really hate to see you leave, you know. And she called her mom and said, there's this new school up here called North Arkansas Community College. I think I'll enroll in it. And her mother fell for it for some reason. And so she went one semester at North Ark, but she got interrupted because we moved to Clinton. and to start building a radio station, which took me 18 months to get built. But we had the movie theater, which used to be down the street here, and so she sold tickets, and I was the manager and ran the projector sometimes. And so from that's how we got started.
Well, if you don't know that, that's Miss Judy that he met
Miss Judy.
at Dog Patch USA.
Most of her students call me Mr. Judy, so that sounds good.
And of course, Miss Judy has taught dancers for generations here in Clinton.
Yeah, she's probably, we've been in the radio business about 48 years, and she started the same time with me, so she's been teaching dance for 48 years.
A few of her students out here in the audience.
Yeah.
So Sid graduates, wants to get into radio, wants to build his own station. You got to find a place to build a station. You're from White County. What drew you to Clinton, Arkansas?
Truthfully, because when I used to drive up to Harrison, Arkansas, when you got to about Clinton, it was dead. There was no radio until you got to Harrison. And so I thought, man, I need to put a radio station in here. So my brother-in-law, who was in the movie business, he and I talked about it, and I told him about that I'd like to own my own radio station or be a part of it. And he said, well, let's just build one. He said, find a place and we'll build a radio station. So we talked it over, and Clinton came up, so we came up and looked at Clinton and got started. That's how we got here.
Built the station, raised a family, and it's
Yeah,
turn it into home.
I've got two kids that followed me into broadcasting. Ashley, who works for Channel 11 in Little Rock and also B98.5. Allie, who built the radio station in Heber Springs. It's called the Lake 1019. One black sheep in the family. That's the son, Tyler. He didn't want to get into broadcasting, but he's an internal medicine doctor at St. Vincent. So, that's... at least he DJ'd his way through med school. Yeah.
I think he turned out okay there.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
He's a doctor now, his son. So, Sid's daughter at Channel 11, another daughter owns the station in Heber, and Tyler is a doctor. So,
doctor at St. Vincent's.
Kids and grandkids, too. Very successful sports-wise, your grandkids, basketball players.
Doing good, all of them. Avery, who's not the oldest one of the grandkids. She's a teacher at Terry School in Little Rock. The second one goes to Rhodes College in Memphis, plays basketball, starts her senior year this year. And then we got Lainey, who is really going to be good. She'll be a senior at Episcopal. And then we got Allie's bunch, and we got Spencer Sugg. Spencer's going to be pretty good.
I think some of these guys already know Spencer, I think.
Spencer's a pretty good athlete. And then he's got a little sister named Sydney. I don't know how she came up with her name, but then we got Sydney. So.
Yeah, I know. How did we get Allie get on that side of the lake over there?
I don't know. She just, I had a movie theater over there. I think she went to see the movie a lot.
All right, Sid comes to Clinton in what year? 1977?
76, actually.
1976. You come on the air in November, but one of the first programs you put on are Yellow Jacket Athletics, football and basketball. Talk about those early days.
Well, we didn't have Khpq. We just had the AM, so we used to have to go out and record the games, and come back and replay them on Saturday mornings, right after the Trading Post program. Then in '82, the Khpq came on the air. We were able to go live, and Jim Byer, who used to have the insurance agency down here, he helped me along with Kenny Woolock, and we went and did all the games. You had to be careful with Kenny Woolock, though. Whatever, I can remember we used to go to play Bologna, and Bologna was quite a bit behind Clinton at the time, and we had to get a ladder to climb up into their press box. Kenny Woolock got up there, and we were sitting among all the Bologna folks, and Kenny started out, well, here we are, the armpit of the conference. That I noticed we got a lot of stares, after that, But anyway, that Bologna has grown a lot since then. And we have grown a lot too at the radio station, because started out at 3,000 watts, and now we're 25,000 watts. And then we added a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, we added the streaming, which I think is a valuable part of it. And of course, we got two great broadcasters, Mike Hawley and Jeff Hall.
You took a chance a few years ago on a couple of knuckleheads.
I tell you what, I do think these two guys are the best in the state at what they do.
Well, we have great fans, and I tell people we have great coaches that will do anything to make our job easier. And we got Sid here. Sid puts out, he wants the best product possible. We have the best equipment available. It makes such a tremendous difference in the sound and things like that. And we go to schools much bigger than we are, and a lot of times they have nothing, no radio. So we are so lucky to have Sid here. He's always been ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time on the before live stream. You actually put games on cable TV here in Clinton when nobody else did that.
Yeah, John Hastings, we got together, and he said, matter of fact, my antenna is still up at there. He said, if you want to do games, I think we can do it. So they shot the signal down to the radio station. We put it in the head end of the cable system, and so we had games for a long time. And then they sold the cable system, and that ended that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, but it's come so far. Sid first came on the air. The station wasn't on at night. You go do the football game on Friday night, cassette player, play it the next day on Saturday morning. You get to hear the ball game. You've gone from that. Then it went to you had to have a phone line to get out.
They are all called,
And then now we have state of the art in a box called the VIA that brings it on through the internet. And then, as I said, Sid was ahead of his time. This live stream equipment is as good as you can get down here, and so I tell people Sid is the soundtrack of Van Buren County for the last 40 years.
I thought you said I was the heartbreak of Van Buren.
Well, but we really owe a lot to Sid. There's a lot of places, a lot of bigger schools that don't have anything that we have, so. That's really something to be proud of.
Well, thanks, I appreciate it.
And I'm sure Sid always stays on the cutting edge of technology, so whatever's coming next, I'm sure we'll have it at some point.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll be, but we'll try to keep up with it.
And so, as I said last week, Petty Jean lit Yellow Jacket Sports, but Sid King put Yellow Jacket Sports on the air, and so all these kids, the players we have out here, they've known nothing else, but they've always been on TV and radio, and they're really lucky. And they'll look back on that later.
The thing that I like best about what we do is like Coach DeFriend's mom lives down in Louisiana, and she gets to watch her grandson and watch her son coach. So no matter where you're at, you can keep up with your kids and your grandkids, and I think it's pretty important.
Yeah, we get messages every week from different parts of the country, people traveling or grandparents. I know the Warrens had grandparents in South Carolina watching Colton, and we see that. And Yellow Jacket fans travel, they'll watch back. And that is really cool that people all over the country can watch the Yellow Jackets.
Of course, we do during the day audio. When I'm doing Trading Post, I have people in Russia listening. It's just amazing where you have people all over the United States and all over the world that listen.
I know Kara's out there. I think her cousin listens in England. Yeah, he listens to Trading Post every day from Great Britain.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Well, anything else, Sid?
No.
It's your microphone. You own it.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
All right, that's the Hall of Famer, Sid King. That's it. Up next, we'll have Coach DeFriend. You got to follow a Hall of Famer. They always say never coach after like a legend. Be the next guy after that. So you just followed Nick Saban.
He is definitely a legend.
Well, a lot of big things have happened since we saw Coach DeFran. He was scheduled to be here last Monday night, but something came up, Coach. What was that?
They turned me into a grandpa Monday night. I'm way too young to be a grandpa.
I think we got, a future Yellow Jacket linebacker on the way?
I think so. His daddy was a good one for me, for sure.
Yeah, so, I've noticed a lot of your players are now coming back home with kids. That next generation of Yellow Jackets are on the way. So, also had a birthday. Coach had a birthday since last week, so. Now, last week I was asking some of the questions. It was the 75th anniversary of Jim Thomason Field, but you weren't here. So I was going to ask you, you grew up in Monroe, Louisiana. You come to Arkansas. You get a job at Clinton. What was you saw some big-time fields in Louisiana. Kind of some of your first thoughts of Jim Thomason Field. It's 75 years old.
Well, when I came in '96, I was pretty happy just to be back in Arkansas, for sure. But it wasn't a very big stadium at the time, and we've done a lot of upgrades to it to get it to where it is today. But man, it was different because I definitely played in some big stadiums and saw some big stadiums, and we saw some big time players when I was coaching in Louisiana, like Booger McFarland, and some of those guys got to watch them on Friday nights, and I'm probably saying people that they don't know, but it was the Booty Boys, got to watch them play. So we was coaching against them, but they were some good players.
Any special memories over the years, games on that field, practices, things that you remember?
And there are a lot of them, but the game that always sticks out was probably the first playoff win we ever had. We were like 3 touchdowns behind McGee, and probably just about 3 minutes left in the game, and we scored 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes, come back and won that game. Had a couple of onside kicks, and just an exciting, unbelievable, win, and to do it, the first playoff win in Clinton history. That one always sticks out. Every now and then I get that tape out and just watch it a little bit, and it just brings back a lot of memories. A lot of great kids on that team. They're grown men now, and but it's just that was a special win. But there's been so many on that field that are big, and had a team that won the most games ever in Clinton. Went the farthest in the playoffs. So a lot of great memories on that field.
To get in broadcasting, you try to get a good lead in to your next question. Coach just set one up on the tee for me because that team that came back to win that first ever playoff game was 2005, and on homecoming on October 17th, we're going to honor the 2005 Yellow Jacket Conference champions. They went undefeated in the regular season, won their first 11 games, won that first ever playoff game in school history, and so we'll have for the 20th anniversary, we'll have those guys back on the 17th, Coach.
That'd be a lot of fun. I hadn't seen a lot of them in a long time, but some of them are still around, and some of them have kids on this team, I believe, so it'll be fun to see them.
Yeah, we're starting to make contact with those players. If you're watching at home, and if you know some of those 2005 players, let them know. It'll be October the 17th. It'll be halftime of homecoming, honor the 2005 Yellow Jackets. Coach, we had the bye week, and now we're into the second week, getting ready for Lamar. Talk about how's it been during the off week practicing?
Yeah, we worked on a few things last week that we needed to improve on, just kind of no huddle stuff, playing a little faster, sharpening up on some stuff. But that was mainly last week. This week is right back to Lamar, game planning for them this week. So this first week is a big week. First conference game. So got to win it to have a chance to go on and be undefeated, which we want to be in conference.
Yeah, 3 wins in non-conference. We're 3-0. Had the bye week. Now we're fixing to get the important stuff here in these conference games. And we've been to Lamar 2 years in a row. Now we're finally getting them back here at Jim Thomason Field. Last year the Jackets won up there, but they beat us 2 years ago up there on a rainy night. Couldn't hang on to the football that night.
5 fumbles that night for sure.
But we have Lamar coming Friday night. Looks like they kind of tried to test the waters last year by going to the passing game, but now they're back to basically their old system, which is running the football. Talk a little bit about Lamar.
Got a big offensive line, kind of reminds us a little bit. And, they got some solid kids that run the ball, and they just run that system. Besides last year, they've done it every year since we played Lamar. Coach Jones does a good job over there. He's gonna have them prepared, and we just got to be more physical than them on both sides of the football, and we got the group to do it. But you just high school kids, you got to get them ready to go, and you never know what they're going to do. So hopefully we're ready by Friday night.
It kind of remind me a lot of Haskell Harmony Grove, the fact that they run the football a lot, but they are a little bit better. They are willing to pass the football, and they have a little bit more sophisticated route running, looks like.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of throw when they got to more. Not a whole lot of passes, but a lot of times they'll catch you off guard, which we used to do a lot. Just run it, kind of lull them to sleep, and then you get a big play off of it a lot of times. So we can't go to sleep, can't just keep ready to stop the run. We got to know when they're going to throw and read our keys and do a good job on defense.
3 years ago, a lot of these guys are here, the seniors. 3 years ago, we played Lamar at Lamar for the junior high conference championship, and it was a knockdown dragout for about 3.5 quarters. Jackets pulled out a win late, won the conference championship, but it should be, a lot of those guys will be back this year, both teams.
I tell you, our conference is going to be hard. We got a lot of teams that are very similar. Between Lamar's going to be tough this week. You got Pottsville, you got Ozark, Mena. I mean, it's just our conference is a tough run. So you got to be prepared every week, and we're healthy right now. So I think that's going to be huge. Staying healthy and having guys ready to play.
Yeah, last year the Jackets beat Lamar 56-24, but that's when they were really throwing the ball around the field a lot. So far this year, Lamar's only given up 14 points a game. Probably a lot of that, too, is they're eating up a lot of the clock running the football.
Yeah, they'll just slow. I mean, they slow up to the line. They just kind of lull you to sleep, and then they run the play hard, and then they just kind of get back in the huddle slow and not in a big hurry. So they chew up a lot of clock. And when you play teams like that, you can't have turnovers like we did 2 years ago, because then you don't see the ball very much. So.
And we're about at a third of the way through the season. Talk about things. Are you satisfied offensively and defensively? Things you want to improve on, things like that, or since we're about the 1/3 mark of the season?
Never satisfied. The only time I'm satisfied is we score every time we got the ball. I mean, that's ultimately my goal. Every time we get on offense, is we're gonna go score, and if we don't, then I'm not happy with them. And I know things happen, and turnovers happen, and penalties happen, but that's my ultimate goal every time on offense. And I know Coach Benson, I mean, he don't want them to score. So, no, we're not satisfied. We're going to keep working and try to get better in all those areas.
I'm glad you mentioned the defense, too. Through a shutout last time out, and looks like the defense is getting better each and every week.
Yeah, they played really well against Huntsville. And, man, they're flying around and making plays sideline to sideline. And we got some kids that will hit you. And toward the end of the game, they didn't really want to run it too hard. So I love those kids that fly up and hit you. And a lot of guys with a lot of experience on that side of the ball. So hopefully we can keep that up.
Playing for the rest of the week?
Just normal. That's the fun thing about football is Tuesday's going to be just like every Tuesday, and then we're going to line up and go Wednesday and have our same practice plan, and Thursdays is a walkthrough, and then same deal on the home game on Friday. That's what I love about football is every week is pretty much the same except for bye week.
Well, the Jackets back home for a huge conference game on Friday. We've got a lot of tough road games, so that makes these home games even more important. You've got to get all these home games.
Yeah, you got to get all of them. I mean, conference is going to be so tight this year. I just have a feeling every game is super important, home and away. And we've talked a lot with these guys about being good road teams, and the Heber game was a big game going on the road early. So we're going to have to play some big games on the road. And when you got experience like these guys have, it makes it a little better to go play on the road. So hopefully we can handle it. And last time we went on a business trip, so just about all of them got to be a business trip when we go on the road.
It kind of put it in perspective here. Heber went to Lamar last Friday. I think Lamar beat them by a score of 28-7. So if you kind of compare the scores.
That was a close game all the way to really the end of the third quarter. It was like 7-7, I think, watching that film. And Lamar just kind of overtook them in the fourth quarter and just more physical toward the end. I think Heber wore out a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be a big test. We got to jump on them early and often.
All right, we'll see everybody out Friday night. That is head coach and new grandfather, Christy Friend. Coach says he's walking like a grandpa. Let's start with a couple of players. Let's have Larry Swan and Zach Hunt Gonzalez come up. A couple of seniors tonight, and Larry Swan and Zach Hunt Gonzalez. Larry, talk about the season so far.
Well, I think we've been doing really good so far. We've been shutting down a bunch of teams and making sure they don't score very much. As we've seen in the Riverview scrimmage and the Huntsville game, we've managed to shut them down completely, making sure they don't score any points. We've managed to make a touchdown almost every single time we've been on offense. So I think we're doing really good so far.
Yeah, really efficient on offense, and the offensive line, as Zach Hunt Gonzalez will say, is huge for the running backs. And Zach, your thoughts on the season so far?
I think we've had a great season so far, and I think we're going to have an even better season as we start conference play. I think everybody's been playing really well. We've been playing as a team, and I think we keep doing that, we'll be set.
You know, getting off the field a little bit, how is it being a student athlete? You got to balance academics and athletics and practice and time. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it hasn't been nearly as hard as I thought it'd be, to be honest. I'm taking mostly college classes this year, and it's been honestly pretty easy going, to be honest, but that's how it's always been for me. I can't say for anyone else, though, so.
What about you, Zach? You're also bouncing AutoZone, too.
I was not going to say that was super easy. Coach Bierman's college algebra it gives me a good run for my money. And then Coach Buchanan, it's just Coach Buchanan. That's about it. But it's super fun, and I'm blessed that I get the opportunity to have struggles like that. So.
Yeah, part of the school experience is the academics and the athletics. And I was kidding Zach there. He also works at AutoZone, so he's balancing that too. And he'll probably change your battery if you need to. Come on down, and so he'll take care of you. Larry, what do you do off the field?
Well, not much, to be completely honest. I'm mainly just relaxing at home, trying to make sure that I'm healthy and safe, and so I don't get injured for the upcoming games.
No hobbies or anything, or hunting or fishing?
I do want to go hunting again this year, but I haven't done a whole bunch of hunting, really. But I mainly play my video games, and I like reading a whole lot, too, so.
What's Zach do off the field?
Sleep a lot. Besides sleep, probably hang out with friends mainly, but that's basically it. And work.
You guys both start, I guess, in fourth grade. How long y'all been playing?
Yeah, me seniors have been playing since fourth grade. We've mostly been together. There's been some additions like Zach here, he came in fourth grade, isn't that right? Yeah, so.
Larry's not in the interviews. Just kidding.
He's been really great playing with us since fourth grade, yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the seniors have been starting since fourth grade. I think that's also a big reason as to why we're successful. I think because we're so close, and then also just because more experience and that just makes us better athletes.
Larry, you got a favorite football memory?
I can't really say I do. They've mostly, I really just enjoy all the games, really. They're all my favorites. But not really, no.
How about Zach?
I think beating CAC, I think 2 years ago was pretty cool.
Is that like the 54-52 game, whatever it was?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, if you don't remember that one, I still go. Coach Dufran talks about the playoff game. Every once in a while, I'll throw up the fourth quarter of that CAC game a couple of years ago, and it was just back and forth. And I think we got the ball back with a minute and a half to go. Went the length of the field, scored, and then we held our breath and stopped them on that last drive. But yeah, that's one of my favorite memories too. That win at CAC. Both teams combined for over 100 points. Here's a good one. How would your coaches or teammates describe you, Larry? What type of player?
Honestly, they probably describe me as a quieter person. I don't really talk very much. More to it, but I am very hard-hitting, and I keep on playing at my fullest. Just keep on going.
How would they describe you, Zach? Don't look in the crowd.
I'd say I try to uplift my teammates even when they do bad, especially on defense. If something goes wrong, I try to uplift others. It's just a good teammate. That's what I try to do. So.
Now, one of my favorite football memories happened like a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if people know Larry's brother, Colin over there is only a sophomore, and Colin puts in a lot of work on practices. He pretty much is the scout team running back. He imitates the other team's running back, and it's a long, hard day, Colin, for practice. Well, our last home game, Colin scored a touchdown. I think the crowd and the bench loved it, but I don't know if you noticed in the game film, I think Larry goes over and gives a little pat on the shoulder.
I was very proud of him for making that touchdown. I was super excited that he finally made one, and that it was his first touchdown for high school, so we were just super excited for him.
Yeah, great run. Broke a couple tackles, scored, and then I saw Larry go over and give him that pat on the shoulder. So that one will stick with me. I like that one. And before we get out of here, are your future plans?
I want to go to college, so I plan on doing that. Then I plan on going to medical school. I want to become a cardiologist.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I really want to do yet. I know I want to go to college. I want to get a degree, some sort of degree. I've always thought about being a chef, which is weird. No, nobody really sees that, but do something like that.
Hey, it's always good to work with food. So that is Larry Swan and Zach Hunt Gonzalez. Good job, guys. All right, we got two more. We got Aiden Woodworth and Cooper Watley. Aiden and Cooper. Yeah, just jump in there. Hey. Hey, we'll start off with, when did you guys start playing?
Well, I joined the Clinton football team last year. I moved here from Marshall.
Okay. Former Marshall Bobcat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Yep. Enjoying Clinton so far?
Yes, a lot better than Marshall.
Yep. Good. Cooper?
I started, I want to say, like second semester, 8th grade is when I started getting into it. It was after the season, but it was around football and workout and all that kind of stuff. So I was able to bond with the team before actually 9th grade when I was able to start a new season and play with them. I enjoyed it a lot.
Right. Any favorite memories of football? Yeah, he's getting a call right now.
Sorry, famous over here. I definitely, one of my favorite memories on the football team was, I want to say, first day I was here, I tried to tell the team, I guess they were horsing around. I was homeschooled before this gets, so I didn't know much anyone here. They were horsing around. I said, knock that out, and it was around all the seniors, and that didn't work too well. Yes, I kind of got kind of got put in my place, I guess.
Hey, you're taking charge.
Oh yeah, well I mean, Daddy always said stand up for yourself, but that didn't work.
A teachable moment, as they say.
Very, very much so.
Hey, what about you? You got a favorite memory?
I can't pick one. There's so many. I just enjoy being around the team. Everybody's so much fun. We have a lot of fun playing together, and I couldn't pick one if I tried.
What about a favorite memory of being in high school with Tim Smith?
Sorry?
What about a favorite memory being with Tim Smith?
Oh, boy.
There's so many of those.
Had to be when he jumped on top of the cafeteria tables during morning announcements. It's quite fun.
They got your attention.
They did.
Yeah. Motivating Tim Smith. Hey, what about hobbies outside of football? What do you do?
Work, and more work. I live on a farm, and we own a home business, so it's a lot of work.
Always something to do.
Oh, yeah, always.
Yep. What about Cooper?
I got quite a few hobbies. One right now, since kind of summer's just been ending, I've been out on the lake a lot. Got a new boat, so we're able to test that out and enjoying it. You might know me as Coon Dog. A lot of people know me as Coon Dog. I'm a big coon hunter, and I mean, in my free time when I can, take the coon dogs out hunting, all that. I love to, frolic out in the woods. Enjoy the woods, it's fun. Me and my friends like get on four-wheelers and enjoying it. I like reading my Bible and be able to dive into that. Always learn something doing it, no matter if it's a new passage or something. You always get to learn something new. It's a lot of things. Yeah.
Well, this has been 4 episodes of this show, and 18 years of about 50 broadcasts a year, and that was the first time I've ever heard frolic on the broadcast. So you've made history here tonight. So
I learned this word last night, so
that's good. It's always have a word of the day. Yeah. Talk about how would your teammates describe you, Aiden?
Don't know. I couldn't pick how they would describe me because
Hardworking.
Yeah.
Give to practice every day.
I don't believe so far I've missed a practice yet.
Yep.
So I'd say I'm pretty hardworking.
Yes. Yep. Dependable. Yeah. How would they describe Cooper? Frolicking.
I would hope they would say joyful. I mean, I try to always keep a smile on my face. I try to be encouraging no matter who they are or what they say to me. I always try to be encouraging towards them. Like God says, always be a light, so that's a key thing to my life. I would say goofy at times. I definitely try to keep the vibe good and all. Ooh. What else would I say? There's so many. I don't know.
How would you describe Jory Tumbleson?
Jory Tumbleson. Oh man, I would say kind of a leader. He tries to be a leader, and kind of like a fifth coach. Yeah.
Well, I heard he was coaching Powder Puff on was that Friday night?
Jory was.
Jory, was you coaching Friday?
He was. He was doing a great job out there too. He was acting like the Coach Benson on Powder Puff. So he's out there jumping
Well,
around.
I got a report from the officials. They said Jory was complaining quite a bit. So.
Yes.
Well.
Coach
Coach Post and Coach Powers. So. Well, guys, your future plans?
Well, I plan on going to the military right after high school.
A certain branch you picked out? Or?
I want to go Army as a combat engineer.
Cooper?
My future plans, I got a scholarship to go to Arkansas Tech Lineman College. So pursuing to go be a lineman out of college. Petty Jean has kind of helped sponsor me and to be able to go do that. and all. That's what a big plan is right now. I mean, always number one plan since I was 6 to be a godly father one of these days, and eventually.
Right.
There he goes. Yeah, but right now that's my plan is to be a lineman, and wherever God takes me after that.
Military and lineman is two really worthwhile occupations. Yep, so you can serve people and do good things. Well, that's Aiden Woodruff and Cooper Watley with the Yellow Jacket football team. And you can see them Friday nights at Jim Tummelson Field at 7 o'clock. The junior high is on the road at Lamar Thursday night. I was going to mention, before we get out of here, the golf team tomorrow at Rebsamen Park Golf Course in Little Rock. It's the district tournament for golf. Volleyball Thursday at Clarksville. And football Friday at Jim Tummelson Field. You don't want to miss it. Farm Bureau is up. We're going to give away the door prizes tonight. Kara and Melanie will be here. Next week, our telco will also be here with door prizes to go along with Farm Bureau. We want to thank Mickey Parrish and everybody at Farm Bureau for sponsoring us. All right. Get your tickets ready. Here we go. 3 0 0 7 3 5 4. Anybody? Three 0 0 7 3 9 5. Anybody? Kara, did you rig this? 3 0 0 7 3 5 6. We may have to wrestle for it. 3 0 0 7 3 8 4. There's a winner. The Swans. Thanks everybody for coming out. Tell somebody, bring them with you next Monday night. We'll talk about the victory over Lamar. Thanks Farm Bureau. Thanks H&H. Thank Petty Jean Fiber.